Using team-taught courses in the online courseevaluations.com system will help schools who have multiple instructors teaching in the same classroom. If you have a nursing department at your school, you should definitely watch this video. In this video, we'll cover the definition of a team-taught course, what the students will see when completing their evaluations, how we ask less questions than our competitors, how reporting works for instructors and deans, how your IT department should do the upload, initial configuration, and troubleshooting tips. A team-taught course is when multiple instructors are teaching to the same group of students at the same time. So for this example, picture that we have two instructors, Bob and Frank. Frank does the lecture component of the class, and Bob does the lab. The nursing school wants to ask 10 questions of Bob, 5 of Frank, and 7 course-related questions like how are the books, which have nothing to do with Bob or Frank. So when a student logs in, they will see that they are taking one course. When they click on it, they will see 7 course-related questions, a pink bar with Bob's name on it, 10 questions of Bob, a pink bar with Frank's name on it, and 5 questions for Frank. This solution results in far less questions than our competitor surveys, who have to repeat all of the course-related questions for Bob and Frank, so our students don't suffer from survey fatigue compared to our competitors. When the results are compiled, Frank will see the course-related questions and the questions asked about him. He will not see Bob's questions. Bob will see his questions, but not Frank's. Please note, in some rare schools, the primary instructor should see both sets of questions. In other words, Frank in this example should see both Frank's and Bob's questions. Administrators can configure this by using the Preferences menu found in the Edit toolbar. Reporting heads get options on how they want to see the data by selecting various choices in the drop-down menu on the right-hand side. Generally, they'll start seeing Frank's scores and the course-related scores. If they choose Bob in the drop-down, they'll see just Bob's scores and the course-related scores. They can have the two instructors grouped together and all their questions grouped together by selecting Group Each Professor in the drop-down. And this will show a weighted average of the two instructor scores. And if they want to see them on the same page but listed individually, they can do that by selecting See Each Professor individually in the drop-down. Uploading for the technology staff. All others can stop the presentation at this point. First, call our tech support line and tell them to do the initial setup for team-taught courses, or thoroughly review the following materials and do the last section of this video yourself. We'll be delighted to do it for you, but it's fairly easy. Next, do a normal course evaluation upload using only the primary instructor. If you don't actually have a primary instructor, just choose one at random. Then do an additional instructor upload. It's the 14 column one, making sure you specify the additional instructors created in step 1. This does not necessarily have to include the primary instructor that you did in the normal course evaluation upload, but if you did, we'll just intelligently remove them. Lastly, preview your course evaluations by going to the Survey Setup Preview Course Evaluation menu. There should be a list of all of your courses with hyperlinks where you can check out each of the surveys. Next to each course should be a 2 or whatever number of additional teachers you have, including the primary, next to the course. And you can see if this is correct. Then when you preview the course evaluations, you should see the course-related questions, then a pink bar, then Frank's questions, then a pink bar, then Bob's questions in this example. We recommend that if you have less than 30 additional instructors and aren't automating the upload process, you just manually add the additional instructors after you've done the initial upload. To do this, go to the Edit Course Information screen and find the course, for instance Math 101. Then find the instance of the class you wish to teach, for instance Section 1. Click on the number of instructors, which would be 1 at this point, and manually add Bob as the additional instructor. That's all you need to do. Before your first upload happens, the OCE staff or yourself should complete the following tasks. Step 1. Create your question set, the full question set with course and instructor questions, and name it Course and Instructor Questions. This should only have the primary instructor's question set. So if you've got different instructor types, then just put the primary ones here. Step 2, copy the question set and name it instructor questions. Step 3, remove the course-related questions. Step 4, create any additional instructor types question sets. So if you've got like a TA question set, or in Bob's question set for this example, he only gets 5 questions, then set those questions up. Step 5, go to Evaluation Periods, Uploads, and choose the additional teachers in the dropdown. Step 6, specify the additional instructor types so that we know what to upload. These are the ones you're going to upload in the additional teacher upload. Step 7, create the types and assign the correct question set for the primary instructors and the additional. Step 8, go to Survey Setup, Question Set Setup. Step 9, assign the course and instructor questions to the courses. Step 10, assign the instructor questions to the instructor. That's it. One other piece of functionality deserves mention here. Let's say a school has 5 TAs, but they don't know which one the student had. This could also be for nursing departments, which facility the student attended. They want to ask a bunch of questions about the facility. Was it clean? Was it great? But they don't know which facility the student actually attended. What you can do is upload all the 5 TAs or the facilities into the additional instructor upload. And then in your question set, add a question, which facility did you have, or which TA did you have? Assign the rating scale of choice single for teacher-based follow-ups to it. Next, add the questions you want to add from about the facility to the follow-up questions. This will generate a list of questions for the facility and associate the answers for the facility just as if you had uploaded it beforehand and knew the answers. You'll be able to do all your averages just as you've always wanted. Troubleshooting. If you don't see any pink bars in your surveys, that means that the system doesn't know of any additional teachers. So you either didn't do an additional teacher upload, okay, and this may not be an issue because there may not be additional teachers, but it definitely points to the fact that you have not gone to survey setup, assign question sets, select instructor questions in the drop-down, and assigned the instructor question sets, because there definitely should be one pink bar. If there's only one additional instructor, it won't actually, or one instructor total for the class, it won't pragmatically make a difference, but you should definitely go complete this step because it'll save you worry in the future. Bob can see questions about Frank. This is because we didn't go to survey setup, assign question sets, and choose the instructor questions, and then assign the instructor questions. What basically the system did was it assumed that the questions that you had earmarked for Frank could be visible by Bob, and Bob was the additional. This is a necessary step. It's going to be difficult to fix if this had happened already, but we can fix it by running some queries. The last problem is that Frank doesn't appear on the question set at all. 3 possible causes are: either Frank was not uploaded in the additional instructor upload, there was an error on the line for Frank in the additional instructor upload, or the school was planning on adding Frank via the edit courses screen, but they actually didn't. I would figure out which of these causes it is.